Alright, hello everyone and welcome! DSP here, how's everyone doing today? Hello. It is streaming time, it is a new gameplay week, it is a fun week full of new gaming content. I'm excited to play all the new stuff, and I'm feeling pumped and I'm feeling very positive today. I woke up in a really good mood for whatever reason. Feeling great. Very excited for all the new stuff coming up. Just a brief summary here of what you can expect. Today will be a marathon of Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'm going to be playing it here on my first stream. We're going to see what happens. I'm up for debate whether or not I feel like streaming tonight or not. And what I mean by that is I may just play offline and not do a second stream tonight, because typically the streams that I do at night don't get great attendance. They just don't. I think because it's later on in the day. Excuse me. And because it's later on in the day, you get less people. At this point, it'll have been my 4th session of Assassin's Creed Syndicate as it is. And I don't know if it's going to be any kind of anything that's going to retain viewership when it comes to people turning out every single day for a stream. I think maybe once a day, okay. Twice a day, probably not. So we'll see. I'm going to make the decision based on today's first stream. We'll see how many people show up over the course of this stream. And if a decent amount do show up, then I'll stream again tonight. If not, then maybe I'll just record offline, okay? Speaking of which, this stream that's starting right now is going to run, starting right now up until 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's about 30 minutes earlier than usual that I need to end it. And upcoming in the next few weeks, heading into December, it looks like there may be a minor schedule change where, yes, certain days of the week, I may have to end my first stream a little bit on the earlier side. If that is the case, I may start streaming slightly earlier as well. I might start streaming, say, a half hour earlier than I usually do. Alright? And we'll see. I have to confirm that, you know, and see how it works out. But that may have to happen. I'll let you know shortly whether or not that has to happen. But today in particular, I do have to stop a little bit on the earlier side because of personal reasons. But I'll be continuing on. Like I said, it'll be a second session tonight. Whether it's streamed or not, there'll be more. So today is going to be, when you add it all up, around 5 hours or so, give or take, of Assassin's Creed Syndicate gameplay that will be played. And I will upload all of that to my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, and add it to the playlist by the end of the day. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go too much into detail about this week, simply because I did so last night in the Week in Preview. So if you have not seen it yet, please head over to the King of Hate Vlogs YouTube channel and check out the Week in Preview, which I uploaded and explains everything I'm playing this week. All 3 games. I'll be continuing on with Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Tomorrow we'll be starting with WWE 2K16 as well as Halo 5. And I'll be focusing on both campaigns, so the Stone Cold Steve Austin campaign in WWE and the story-based campaign in Halo 5. That's going to be my focus Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Come Friday, we may break it up a bit. Maybe I'll switch over back to Assassin's Creed. We'll see. But there's only one gameplay session on Friday. Saturday is the Halloween Special Marathon, where I'll be playing at least 2 horror-themed games. It looks like right now it's going to be Saw 2 and Fatal Frame, Maiden of the Black Water. Will be the 2 games that I'll be playing on that marathon stream all day Halloween Saturday. And then Sunday and Monday we'll return back to all the new releases for the week. And people have been asking me, Phil, are you going to do the career mode of WWE? Are you going to do simulation matches in WWE? Are you going to do all of this? And the answer for all of that is yes, absolutely. I am, but I need to get to it. And there's a lot of content coming out in all of these games being released. And I need to make sure that I don't just focus only on one thing. You know, I want to get through the campaign of Halo 5. I absolutely want to keep playing Assassin's Creed Syndicate because I really like this game. And I don't want to say, okay, WWE, and I play it for 7 days and don't do anything else, and now everyone who's been liking the other stuff is kind of pissed off. Admittedly, that would be warranted, you know. What I'm going to try to do is balance everything over the next week. Now, important update. I'm not sure if this is going to be set in stone yet, but last night on the Week in Preview, I mentioned that next week, not this coming week, but next week, I was considering playing Need for Speed, the new Need for Speed game. It comes out on November 3rd, Tuesday. And the only releases next week are Need for Speed on Tuesday and then Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on Friday. But I said, I don't know how I'm going to cover everything, being that I'm already going to have 3 games from this week that I probably won't even be done with yet. All right, we're going to have all these ongoing playthroughs, and I don't know how I'm going to juggle all that. It seems that the overwhelming feedback I got on the weekend preview is don't play Need for Speed. Everyone's like, don't play it. It's, first of all, it's online only, which everyone, of course, disagrees with the practice that a game is online only, online required. There's no offline modes. And a lot of people are like, listen, it's another attempt at a rehash of the Need for Speed franchise, which has been redone a million times. There's no reason for me to play this game. The reason I was considering playing it is because I have not done a racing game in a million years. The past few years, I've stayed away from all racing games, and I felt maybe Need for Speed would be one that I could jump back into that genre. But I think that I'm starting to see the point that everyone's making, that if I'm already doing Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which we know this game is going to be at least 20 hours long, and right now, let's be honest, I'm only about, 7-8 hours into it, you know? So I'm not even halfway through it yet. We know that Halo's going to have a pretty decent length campaign, and there's tons of multiplayer I'm going to want to test out. WWE's going to have a lengthy campaign mode with Stone Cold. Yes, I want to do simulations. Yes, I want to do my career run. So with all of that going on, you know, should I really take on a racing game now, especially one that might not end up being very good? So I could see everyone's point. Did you know, people might not realize this, it's been 2 years since I played a racing game. The last racing game I actually played, incidentally, was, I believe, Need for Speed, the one that came out when the PlayStation 4 launched. And I only played it once. I played one session with John Rambo as we did our co-op launch special for the PlayStation 4, and I never played it again. And I have not done a racing game since that long. You know what I mean? Pretty crazy. So that's why I was kind of thinking of doing it, but maybe it makes sense to not. I'll be honest, at this point with the 3 games I'm playing, maybe play those all this week and all next week, leading up to the big Call of Duty Black Ops 3 launch, and I could maybe do that, you know. So we'll see. Let me think about it. Let me think about it over this week. We'll see how far I get in the games this week and how much people are liking, you know, the gameplay that I'm putting out of these new games this week. And all based off of that, I'll judge whether or not I actually want to do Need for Speed next week or not. And obviously, I'd like to get your feedback, you know, on what you think as well. So let me know on Twitter. Email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com. Let me know what your thoughts are on the subject. And in particular, I'd like to say thank you to those of you who have been a lot more interactive recently, emailing me, tweeting me. It's been good because there's a back and forth dialogue between us, and it allows me to know your feelings on stuff and to improve and to change and to do things differently and better, I feel, because I have that feedback. You know, when it's just me out here doing the same thing every day, I don't know what's working and what's not. The only thing I can look at is views, right? And then I mention views and people get pissed off. Well, that's really the gauge that I've been using to see if something's successful or not, and I don't know until I see them. So, getting your direct feedback, ideas on improvement and stuff. People have been giving me a lot of information. They've been giving me tips on games. I mean, I'll be honest, the Street Fighter V beta that I just played this past week, okay, was a lot of fun, but really it was more successful, okay, because I had information. I had tips from a viewer who sent me all this information about the game and all these combos and strategies and stuff that had been discovered. So there you have it. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And like I said, I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a really good mood, I think, this week because there's new games. I'm going to be continuing with a game that I like, Assassin's Creed. 2 new games coming out tomorrow. I'm feeling pumped. I'm feeling energized for it. Hitting the ground running with new stuff. You know what I mean? And I really, really am looking forward to it. So I hope that you will join me for all this new stuff all week. And I will reiterate something that I've been saying the past week. For the premieres of these new games, yes, I'll be streaming, but dependent on how they turn out, it will determine whether or not I continue to stream. So if I stream WWE and Halo 5 1 or 2 days, and then next thing you know, the viewership drops way off, then I'll probably stop streaming them. If there's no demand, then I won't stream it. And that's what a lot of people have been saying. Don't stream as much. Okay, fair enough. I will say this as well. When I am streaming, I'm going to have the stream chat mostly closed. So today when I'm playing Assassin's Creed on stream right now, I'll have the stream closed. Or the stream chat closed, excuse me. So there will be no interruptions. There'll be no, distractions or anything like that. People seem to really like it when I'm more hyper-focused on the games, and that's what I'm going to be doing today and moving forward, okay? So what else? Not a heck of a lot else to really talk about right now, because we already know we're going to be so busy, and I am, like I said, I'm feeling really good about this week. I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy the stuff that I put out, and I hope that you'll come by, whether on stream or on demand on YouTube, and check out the new stuff, okay? Outside of all that, really the only other thing to talk about, well, two things. Let's do the gratuitous plug segment before we get started with gameplay here, because I know people are getting antsy. They'd like to see me start playing, right? Gratuitous plug number one is for Patreon, of course. And right now, there's 6 days left to pledge to my October Patreon. 6 days, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to hit a goal. If we can hit a goal of $1,250 of funding for the month, which is the typical goal that I've had since I started Patreon in February of this year. It's no different, no higher or lower. It's the same. I will be doing a Rockathon, a Rock Band 4 marathon stream / video that I will be doing in late November or early December, you know, pending scheduling. And I'll be doing, it's the first time I've ever done a music game ever for YouTube, so it's a first for sure. And I'll be doing guitar, I'll be doing vocals in both, at various difficulty levels over the course of that day as I get back into it. I haven't played any music games since Rock Band 2, so I obviously need to get back into it before I really jump in head first, but I will. And I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be an awesome event. You know, just, when you look at all the events and things that I've done this year so far, 3 indie marathon streams, 2 Crash Bandicoot marathon streams. I played games like Minecraft and Persona 4 and Yakuza 4 and a second run of Fallout New Vegas. There's been tons of awesome stuff that I've done this year because of Patreon. Shit, the Halloween special later this week is a direct result. I have not done a Halloween special in 3 years. I'm finally doing one this year because of Patreon. That's freaking awesome. And it's awesome to know that people want to see me still be able to do this kind of stuff, even though, let's face it, business has been on a decline, right? And there's watching someone do raw playthroughs like I do isn't as popular as it used to be. But the support, the overwhelming support I'm getting, right, to say, no, keep up, keep at it, do what you're doing, do these special events is amazing. It's awesome. It's a massive positive. It makes me feel great. And I'm very happy to be doing this Halloween marathon. I would love to do this Rockathon. So we have to hit the goal. As of right now, I can tell you we did not hit the goal because even though if you look at the page at patreon.com/darksidefil, it says we've hit like $1,255 of funding. It's not correct because there's people who are going to lower their their pledges from last month who have not done so yet. And a lot of people get declined. Around 20 people usually get declined every month. So right now I can tell you we're probably a couple $100 lower than what it actually is to hit that goal. So 6 days left to pledge. Keep in mind, it's not just about the Rockathon, but you get your own personal perks as well for pledging, like getting text or verbal shoutouts, getting your questions answered on my Ask the King Q&A show, getting an autographed t-shirt, getting a private Q&A video. In fact, I filmed a private Q&A video for someone last night, and they very much enjoyed it. So that was pretty fun. Took me about half an hour, 30-minute long video. They really enjoyed it. And other stuff, too. There's upcoming events. There's going to be a multiplayer event during the week of Thanksgiving where I'm going to be playing with lots of viewers and fans in various games. And then come December, there's going to be a holiday special. So all of that coming together, coming up, and you can be a part of that as well for the higher perk levels. So check it out, patreon.com/darksidefil. 6 days left to pledge for this month. Fingers crossed that we hit the goal. I would love to do this Rockathon. It's actually something I've wanted to do on YouTube for a long time, is the music games, because I really enjoy them. And it was funny because when I started YouTube, they were already on the out. They were already basically gone. And so I never have an opportunity to do it. Now, of course, we have all the copyright issues on YouTube, which is why I want to do it as this marathon event. And let's hope that I can do it. Okay? And then last but not least, my girlfriend Leanna, who lives here with me in Washington, has her own business called The Black Currant, which is handmade glycerin soaps as well as wax tart melts. The soap that she makes is way better than the stuff you would buy in the store. Much higher quality, much better for you. It's not a detergent bar. It's an actual soap that doesn't harm your skin. It smells great, and it's the only thing that I've washed with for the past 2 years. In fact, last night I used one Moroccan mint she gave me, and oh my god, it smelled amazing. Refreshing mint smell as I'm in the shower. I'm like, damn, it's so different from, You know, the other stuff that I used to buy, the crap at the store, and it doesn't cake to your skin and make you feel like crap after you get out. And also the wax tart melts are pretty neat. It makes your house smell good. Similar to, say, think a scented candle, only without the danger of an open flame. If you have pets and stuff, it's perfect. My parents own 3 cats, and they couldn't do candles for the house because the cats are constantly jumping up on stuff. They got these wax tart melts, and it makes the house smell great with no risk. So check it out. It's at etsy.com/shop/theblackcurrant. I will actually put a link to the business into the stream chat now. Hold on. Typing that out right now. If you want to check it out. And there's a special code that you can use to get a discount because she actually just recently reached her 100th order. This year she had 100 total orders. She's actually sold hundreds of items because most orders are for more than one item. I think it was over 200 items she sold. But yeah, she hit her 100th sale, and therefore she's got a discount code, CELEBRATE100. If you use that code on any order of $20 or more, before the end of this year, you will get 10% off. So use that code, CELEBRATE100, to save 10% off at her shop, The Black Currant. Check it out. Awesome stuff, especially, by the way, with the holidays coming up, right? We've got the holidays coming up, and you're looking for gifts for your family, or it's perfect. It really is. It's a good thing. And yeah, I get the feeling a lot of people are going to jump in and say, man, I'd love to get a gift for my mom or my cousin or my aunt or my girlfriend or my sister. Or, hell, you got a stinky male dude that you know that doesn't wash. Get him some nice soap and say, go use this. Okay. So that's the gratuitous plugs. We'll leave it at that. I don't really think there's much else to talk about. I hope that you have checked out the Street Fighter V beta gameplay that I actually put up the past few days, because it was really good. Yesterday in particular, playing with the new characters Rashid and Karine. I thought her name was Karen, but Karine. Really fun. Both characters look great. Seem to be some really good stuff and some really viable stuff for the competitive level of the game. Having a ton of fun. And I hope that I will check out I'll have the opportunity to check out the future betas whenever they do them, because I want to try the new characters as well. You know, Zangief, Laura, and others that are announced. But in the meantime, check out the beta footage that I put out yesterday. It was pretty good if you're interested in fighters, and worth a look. Alright, so let's get started. It's going to be around 2 to 2.5 hours. Like I said, unfortunately, I have to end a little early today on this stream. I'm going to end around 3:30 p.m., which I know is a little earlier than usual. But I am going to be doing a second session later tonight, dependent on how the viewership goes on this stream. It might or might not be streamed, but I'll be doing more. All in all, today will be around 4 to 5 hours of gameplay of Assassin's Creed Syndicate to add to the playthrough, and I'm excited to see how it goes. Okay. Alright, thank you everyone for being here. Let's get started with Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Here we go.